Sawnills are swarming in. Brace for battle! I am Wolfgang Volks, advisor of Caltheon! For Caltheon! You dare set foot on Calpheonian soil? Not on my watch! You possess such prowess in combat. Why have you kept so silent about possessing such skill? If I'd known you could fight this well, we could have bypassed the supply issue and plunged directly into the fray. I assumed you were simply a shrewd negotiator, given Lady Isabel's introduction of you as a fresh recruit. Now, let's take the lift up. The commander is on the upper floor of this building. Just wait a moment, and the platform will descend shortly. Climb aboard, and it'll take us to the top. Isn't it something? Now, I felt the same when I first rode it. Its novelty wanes with time and familiarity, I'm afraid. Perhaps the commander already foresaw our arrival.
Troop will likely be 1 in 10. This is Trina Fort, the heart of Red Edge. The enemy has infiltrated the fortress. Exit route is open.
Stand at my side. Do you see the red pride of the Trina Knights? I thought it was you, a brave soul who broke through the gates. It's been a while, my friend.
To skies we rise! Chief of Security Wolfgang Volks reporting for duty, Commander.
What's with the formality? I told you, there's no need for such things between friends.
Well, we are on duty, Commander. Let's meet for a drink later on in Caltheon.
Aye, perhaps it's better that way. And who have you brought with you? A friend with quite impressive combat skills, I see. Judging by the attire, not a new knight, it seems. Have you hired a mercenary, Wolfgang?
Affirmative. Though, Commander, how did the Sawnills manage to overrun the fort?
It's quite vexing. I'm at my wit's end trying to figure it out. With no reinforcements and dwindling rations, I was considering retreating to the capital. It's truly a blessing that you, my old comrade, showed up to lend a hand. This victory shall be a turning point for us. Now, we'll wipe every blasted blighter from the land. Must report this joyous news to Supreme Commander Castilian. Wolfgang, how about you light the beacon yourself? It will serve as our signal of victory.
Me, sir? Understood. I'll head to the beacon right away.
I'm proud to call myself your friend. Once this battle is over, we will surely celebrate together.
Can't be helped. Before we negotiate the trade rights, we need to make a good impression. Let's move.
This victory shall be a turning point for us. Now, we'll wipe every blasted blighter from the land.
Survivors of the troop will likely be 1 in 10.
Hold on. You stay here. Due to security reasons, that area is restricted to authorized personnel only. If that feels unfair to you, you could always join the Trina Knights. You're more than qualified. I'll go light the beacon. You must be exhausted, so take a moment to rest. I'm back. What are you staring at? Oh. Is that thing truly floating? Between the recent events at Star's End and inexplicable occurrences like this, the world is growing more peculiar by the day. Ah, well, that's a problem for future us, I imagine. Let's head back.
It seems it will hold for half a day at most.
Great work. Now that we've achieved this victory, Parliament should have good reason to support us. Now that's been dealt with, there's something you wanted to ask? Don't be shy. A war hero should easily speak their mind.
Well, Yes, indeed. You see, Commander, the thing is, the Black Crystal mine in Kepler... What? Ancient relic? Why are you bringing that up?
You mean that floating geometric monstrosity? The Elion Church requested it. But with the situation as it stands, I've been unable to deliver it. Why do you ask? Aye. A suspicious character, acting rather oddly. We've had a few reports about him. We thought he was just a lost traveler. But when our soldiers approached, he vanished without a trace. But why the sudden interest? Is there something connecting the two that I'm missing? Do you have some idea of what's going on? Come on, out with it. Even if it's some far-fetched theory.
Adventurer? He's talking to you. Go on, say something. Adventurer? He's talking to you. Adventurer? What's got you so deep in thought?
How can you be so sure? And why should we trust an outsider like you?
Commander, I'll gladly vouch for them. They played a crucial role in defeating the Phantom Knight and saving Balinus. They're also a special envoy of the future Duchess, Lady Jarrett, actively tracking Jordine from Serendia. You can trust them.
Well, if you say I can trust them, Wolfgang, I'll hear what they have to say. Nonsense! That piddling little province has the audacity to... and to stoop to employing the power of vile heretics. So his plan is to release savage demi-humans across the realm, diverting the majority of our troops to deal with that threat, and to then swiftly take the capital while it's devoid of defenses. It's a plausible strategy, assuming that what you said about the Black Stones and the relic is true. Right. So, now that we know what we're dealing with, how do we deal with it? There must be a way, of course.
I heard that the Sornil leader is significantly larger and faster than the others. We need to bait it into the castle alone, and subdue it in a single decisive strike.
If we load the relic onto a wagon and run, those doddering brutes won't be able to keep up, right?
I think it's worth a shot, Commander. Based on what we've observed, they aren't very smart.
True. If we subdue their leader, dealing with the remaining ones will be child's play.
There's one problem, though. Let's say we lure it in here. We will have to take it down at some point. My men are spent from the unending conflict. We don't have the strength left within us to defeat it.
I'll give it a solid show of my strength. And this mercenary, well, you've seen their might firsthand.
I was waiting for you to say that. If you succeed, I'll grant a reward by my authority. Captain Luce, prepare transport and load the relic. I will spearhead the operation.
Once this matter is out of the way, we'll be able to discuss the Black Crystal trading rights in lighter spirits. The fates of Lady Isabel and myself lie in your hands. Please, try not to die.
For half a day at most. coming!
That's it! Close it! Clear position!
In position!
Commence the Sonil subjugation!
I was aware of your capabilities. Witnessing them firsthand was awe-inspiring. Without your aid, we wouldn't have succeeded. Truly, it was incredible. Let's return to the commander and resume our conversation. We must save Lady Isabel.
Is also blocked.
What a fantastic strategy! I can almost taste our imminent victory. Now, as promised, your reward. What do you want? Speak up!
Commander, I mean, what we want is... well...
Go ahead, my friend. What is it that you require? Ah, is it that sword you're after? The Black Star Greatsword. It's yours. I recall us talking about our dreams back in our days as junior officers. Remember? Back then, I expressed my desire to lead the Trina Knights. And you said that you want to become the Chief Counselor someday. Are you hoping to become the commander of the fort? Judging by everything you've done today, I have no qualms. If I get promoted to a higher position in the capital, I'll make sure to recommend you as my successor.
Frederick! In truth, So the...
Indeed! Ha! Are you finally ready to pursue your ambitions? Our house could provide you with political support.
I require the Black Crystal trading rights. Even a minor share would suffice.
The Black Crystal trading rights? Are you planning to put down your sword and take up a pickaxe?
It's a long and complicated story, but I beg you, a life hangs in the balance. It's the only way to get through a national crisis. Would you please consider transferring even just a minor share?
That's so. Very well. It's yours. Not just a share, but the entire enterprise.
What? Just like that? That easily? I hardly dare to even mention it, considering it's your family's business.
Look here. Between you and me, I've been looking for someone to take it over anyway. After the strange incidents in Balanos, odd things began happening in Kepler as well. People poisoned my black crystals, Mysterious diseases spreading. Chaos. Our alchemists believe black crystals are the cause, so, of course, I had half a mind to wash my hands of it. I'll personally head to the capital to arrange for the transfer, once this sawmill business is behind us. Besides, it's been a while since we've had a drink, hasn't it? I do miss Calphion's bustling market streets.
I feel the same. But, as I've stated, stopping Jordine must be our priority.
Of course, my friend. I'll help you as much as I can. The Grand Chamberlain of such a squalid state must be taught a lesson.
Of course, Victory. Now we must head back. I've heard trolls are wreaking havoc in other areas.
I understand. It was great seeing you again, Wolfgang. With yet another heroic tale to share with everyone. Adventurer, may the winds lift you skyward to glory!
Commander! It seems it will hold for half a day at most. Commander! The exit routes are...
See some horses. Talk with me. Great horses are brought to the world only through breeding. Stronger foal will be born when a good stud and mare are bred.
For me, I don't even look at goods that are not top quality. I'm a merchant, and a merchant lives on trust.
He ceded the mining rights in their entirety. I was only expecting a mere tenth. What a pleasant surprise. As promised, I'll postpone the public trial. Now I can understand why Isabel speaks so highly of you. Here's the form for the trial postponement, as promised. Our house seal has been stamped. Nice and clear. I don't know what kind of ace you have up your sleeve, but good luck. Save Isabel, if you can. I could submit the form, but I'm sure you'd rather do it yourself. And you likely have some matters you wish to discuss.
Wolfgang, you are not eavesdropping. You are attempting to better understand your boss's intention. Hush! The Supreme Commander is having a private discussion with the Chief Counselor. Here, listen.
Chief Counselor, I'm telling you again, they're not just any trolls. Ancient trolls have awakened. I pledged my support for you in this election, but if you continue to demand the sacrifice of our knights...
I have a plan. I only ask for your continued patience. I assure you, at the start of my next term, I will allocate the budget as promised.
You didn't forget whose sacrifice it was that brought peace to Calpheon City, have you? The knights are frustrated, close to their breaking point. And remember, I'm the one keeping them under control.
Like the Sawnhills, it seems that the trolls are also behaving unusually. The situation appears graver than I had believed. Wolfgang, you are not eavesdropping. You are attempting to better understand your boss's intention.
I see no reason to reject your request. Fine. The trial will be postponed. You must have struck a favorable deal with House Light, given that Alina Light aided you like this. You've come all this way just to deliver this to me. It seems there's something you want. What is it? I'm aware. Is that all you have to say?
You knew? Then why hasn't Parliament done anything? All those knights on the front line!
Chief Security Officer Wolfgang Vox, why do you fear a mere fugitive from a vanquished vassal state? Delphi, Trina, Valkyrie, have they been trained so poorly that they're no match for mere heretics? For the great Republic of Calpheon, such a disturbance is hardly worth losing sleep over. Our strength should not be underestimated. A man should be able to see the bigger picture. Wolfgang, I know you're interested in politics.
Sir, what's this all of a sudden? As the Chief of Security, I'm concerned for the safety of our citizens.
Wolfgang, it's just me here. There's no need to pretend. Do you know how critical these times are for the Republic? If you help me with my re-election as the Chief Counselor, I will appoint you as my loyal advisor. Adventurer, you catch on fast. I like that. This era of Calphion's history belongs to Hermann Foresio. Jordine won't be more than a footnote in our history books. At least so long as I'm in power. Do you understand? They're all quiet as of now because they believe they have an ace up their sleeves. I'm aware that as the election draws near, the other candidates will try to use this Jordine as the means to my undoing, despite having done nothing to thwart him themselves. Kill him. It's that simple. Or at least ensure that he doesn't attack Calphion before the election.
Sir, it's far too reckless. The consequences could be catastrophic if we fail.
If fear holds you hostage, you'll never achieve anything. Let that be your first lesson. You do well to remember it. I think I've explained enough. Adventurer, what do you think? If you can handle the Sonnels at Trina Fort, surely some foolish trolls will be no match for you.
Adventurer, what are you thinking? Was Trina Fort not a wake-up call? Putting an end to this will require more than our strength alone.
I will release Isabel in Karosha. You have my word. Wolfgang, you will find your political footings as part of my faction. Parliament needs someone like you, a man of principle. Especially now, when money-hungry merchants fester within its ranks.
Chief Counselor,
Head to the anti-troll fortification. I will send an official correspondence to instruct cooperation.
Oh no. First it was Counselor Enkarosha, and now even the Chief Counselor with this proposal. Your words, even in jest, are an arrow straight to my heart. None of this would have been achievable without your help. Trina Fort would have fallen into the hands of the Sornils without your intervention. That you appeared in Calphion at this exact moment, you are undoubtedly a miracle sent straight from Lord Elion. So, our next destination is the anti-troll fortification. That's the last place I'd choose to be. So, here we are. The anti-troll fortification. I'll never get used to the sight of those giants. I admire Captain Vidal's courage. Indeed. Idle chatter is a luxury we can't afford. Securing the entrance should be our priority. So, here we are. The anti-troll fortification.
Soldiers are having a hard time. We need a hero to lift morale. I can't believe this. Did I really see what I think I just saw? How could one person break through all those troll hordes alone? There must be some trickery at play, right? Or has fabled mad scientist Marnie made his return?
Captain Vidal, it's been a while. You're doing well, I hope?
Oh, Chief Security Officer Volks. Why would someone as busy as you come here? Lateef, did you request reinforcements? The Capital Security Force should be protecting the capital.
No, sir, I did not. I wouldn't dare to do that.
To the officer in charge of the anti-troll fortification, ensure Captain Volks and his mercenary receive your full cooperation. Well, I can't disobey the Chief Counselor. What do you need, Captain?
It's not what you think. We're here to lend a hand.
You're a mercenary! This is ridiculous. A knight doesn't report to a mercenary. This is an absolute load of shit. I cannot believe... Listen up. I'll only say this once. Normally, trolls only attack people when they're hungry. We have no idea why they're suddenly acting like this. Are we done here? Oh, if you want to make yourselves useful, deal with the ones firing the catapults over there. The soldiers can't breathe with all the dust being kicked up. We'll talk more when you've taken care of that.
Understood? Understood what? Why are you suddenly acting so meek? Captain, this person is a special envoy of the Chief Counselor and future Duchess of Serendia. Show some respect.
Oh, yes, yes. Pardon my manners, of course. As the Chief of Capital Security commands.
Captain Andre!
Captain Andre Vidal, sir!
much. But disrespect toward you, that's a line I won't allow to be crossed. I'll hold my tongue for now.
The adventurer will come out alive if what people say is true. If it's all well-crafted deception, well, the rocks will take care of them.
I assume those large lads over there are the trolls that Captain Andre was speaking of. I admit, their size is enough to send chills down my spine, but I have no doubt he can handle them. I've grown accustomed to you mumbling to yourself, but where are you rushing off to? At least inform me before you... Ah! Jordine!
Did they flee here, only to be petrified by the light? Answer me. Where is Quint, your leader?
Stop! Stop tormenting us! I'll tell you.
There you go. Now, lead me to Quint.
Please, forgive us.
Of course, pursuing him is an option, but right now, we don't even know where Quint is.
You've been observing the ancient trolls as well, I see. How are things faring with Calpheon?
Aiden, is now really the time to worry about others? The two of us have only just managed to secure the origin of clear water.
The two of us is frankly a phrase I'd rather not hear uttered by you, Martha. Just hearing it sends a cold shiver through me.
Aiden!
The leader of the ancient trolls, nearly the size of a house. Why are you looking for him in the face of all these ancient trolls? Ah, I see. So you can hear the voice of Belmorn, is that it? But tell me, did Jordine go to awaken Quint?
Eden, quit it. Unless you want to face Quint yourself, we have to go. We're already late.
I'm aware, Martha, but as we share a common goal, it's only fitting we share information, is it not?
What kind of creature is Quint? It seems we're throwing ourselves into obvious peril.
According to records, he is described as being of massive size, tremendous strength, and ferocious temperament. If Jordine really sought him out, he probably plans to use him as a pawn in his attack against Calpheon.
He would go so far as to resurrect those forgotten beings. Just how deep is his resentment towards Calpheon?
There was a faint reaction from an ancient relic remaining at the prehistoric ruins below the mountain north of Calpheon. We overlooked it as the origin of ancient light was our priority. But it may be worth looking into yourself. If you plan to go there, do be careful. There's a huge black crystal right at the cave's entrance.
Eden!
All right, Martha, I'm coming. The origin of ancient light will soon be complete. The final battle is fast approaching. I implore you to save as many innocent lives as possible before then. Well, until we meet again.
The situation is already beyond our control. And now Quint? I believe the captain should be informed. Of course, pursuing him is an option, but right now, we don't even know where Quint is. Moreover, there's clearly a person in charge here, so it would be inappropriate for me to handle things on my own. Please understand. This is how knights normally go about their duties. We always adhere to the rules.
I thought you'd have managed to track him down already. It's not far. Huh? Why would you say that, Captain Volks? Your mercenary here seems more than capable. Don't tell me you don't know how to get to Quint Hill. To think the Chief of Capital Security doesn't know the lay of the land.
Of course not, Captain. As you're the person in charge, I deemed it necessary to report any anomalies to you first.
Hogwash! Last time you spat on the commander's orders and stole all the glory for yourself. Now you're playing the saint? Who do you think you are? You're just an outsider. I don't even need to talk to a merc like you. One of my scouts already reported that you were contacting a suspicious individual. I've assembled an advance party consisting of skilled soldiers and knights to advance on Quint Hill.
Hold on. It's too dangerous for regular infantrymen. It must be approached with caution, and aided by the adventurer and myself.
Wolfgang Volks! Finally revealing your true colors. The title of Chief Security Officer not enough for you, eh?
What did you just say?
Acting all concerned and kind in front of us, and then you'll try to take all the credit. Am I right? It's happening all over again. You think I'll just stand by and watch? You're such a naive man. The value of a soldier is determined by their victories. What about him? He took the credit for my military exploits and rose to the rank of Chief Security Officer. So you snatch my glory right before my eyes and then have the audacity to return and play the noble gentleman. You won't get your way, Wolfgang Volks. Not this time. I'll make sure of it.
It was merely the result of being in the right place at the right time. Luck was the only determining factor, nothing more.
More hogwash! You're the one who charged into the battle when Commander Castilian took the field! You intend to chalk up your despicable act of dismissing a direct order to mere luck! You're just like him. There's no reasoning with either of you.
Captain Vidal, I followed you because I trusted you. You know that I was just following orders.
I'm sick of your hollow words. I will not let you steal my glory again. Latif! Form a unit at once and attack Quinn! Bring that stupid troll's head to me!
Yes, sir. I'll lead the march immediately.
Captain, even though the situation here is stable for now, you can't just deploy the soldiers like this.
Shut up! I'm the one in charge here! I control everything in this place! Am I clear?
Captain Andre, please!
Father! No, please help! Leon, please! Let me go! You monster! Let me go! No!
Oh, hell no! Adventurer, what happened? What of the soldiers and Quint? So it has come to this. Andre, I have lost whatever remaining respect I held for you.
Are you doubting the judgment of the active field officer? I identified a threat and dispatched the troops. I made the best decision I could as a leader. You too must follow my orders!
You disregarded the reinforcements from the Chief Counselor and led the soldiers here to their deaths. They were beloved fathers, brothers, and sons. You killed them for nothing other than blind ambition.
I killed them! They are heroes who defended our country! Are you insulting the death of soldiers now? Wait. Who's that behind you? Don't tell me you're in league with them.
Don't change the subject. There's nobody behind him. Whoa! Jordine!
It's been a while, minion of the primordial Black Spirit. Did you enjoy scavenging the scraps I left behind? Yes, those measly black stones. You must be parched. Black stones are like seawater to you. Drink deep enough and they will kill you. Are you so desperate to defeat me? Look at you frantically clutching at crumbs. So sadly similar to my former self. Adventurer, you must be wondering why I'm so fixated on Calpheon. Why I've abandoned myself and even surrendered my soul to an ancient being. That is what revenge does to you. It devours you. Calpheon took everything from me. Now, I'll take everything from Calpheon. As the king of Serendia!
Your Majesty, the Shadow Knights are at your service.
Come, loyal servant of Hexa. The revenge I have sought for over a decade begins now. Burn down Calpheon. Farewell, my Tourette.
Could that really have been the same Jordine I once knew? With a legion of dumb... Could that really have been the same Jordine I once knew? With a legion of darkness under his command and a sinister black dragon? Yes, we've been safeguarding the outskirts of Calpheon. But now a more formidable threat is advancing towards the capital. Despite all our best efforts, the deal with the Chief Counselor seems to have ended in failure. Well, that no longer matters. It's time I return to my duty of protecting the citizens of the capital. It will be our final battle. Would you lend me your strength? One last time. adventurer. What's wrong? Are you all right? I understand we've been pushing ourselves to the limit. Calpheon needs you now more than ever, but I cannot ask you to endanger your life. Understood. If your strength returns, do come to aid me. Don't fret if it doesn't. I'm truly grateful for all you've done already. In the name of the Trina Knights, I vow to shield Calpheon from Jordine at all costs. For safety's sake, I'll leave one of my knights behind to escort you. Of course, you're stronger, but it's just a precaution. You're not well acquainted with the region, are you? Let him guide you, and focus on recovering. Henceforth, this fortification is under the command of Wolfgang Volks. All troops fall back to the capital. We march to protect our kin. Could that really have been the same Jordine I once knew?
To skies we rise. I am Aslind. It's an honor to serve such a hero. My duty is to escort you, and for a knight, their duty is their life. So I entreat you, don't cast me aside. I'm determined to be of aid to the hero of Calpheon. Of course I do. I was a junior officer stationed at Trina Fort when things settled down there. I was reassigned to the anti-troll fortification with my own eyes and ears. I witnessed here your heroic valor as you saved our fortress from peril. So how can I not call you a hero? Serving you is the greatest honor I could ask for. Not so young. I turned 16 this year. I enlisted to restore House Bellucci to its former glory. I joined the Trina Knights and dedicated myself to the Republic. Aslind at your service. The ruins beyond Bernianto Farm. I'll get you there quick as the wind. The ruins lie a fair distance to the north. We'll set off as soon as you're ready. Here we are. This is Bree Tree Ruins. Yes. When I was young, My sister Milano always warned me not to set foot in here. Now I see why. It feels like we might see a ghost at any moment. Here we are. This is Bree Tree Ruins. Incredible. Such a massive black crystal. Tell me, hero, is this what you came for? If we could take this, Calpheon would know even greater prosperity. Let's see.
Target Ben's energy detected. Combat readiness increased to level 4.
Are you also here because of, what did you call it? The ruins? Interested in the rock? Well, since it's precious, you'll have to pay a high price. Oh, you piece of rock. I can't sell it, and it's bothering me. Buy it from me.
away as you can!
You? Could it be? Are you the hero who saved Trina Fort and the anti-troll fortification? If you are, please join us. Our soldiers are struggling to hold on.
For Calpheon! Reclaim the Republic!
Trina Knights, impressive as ever. They were at the forefront when Calpheon trampled Thurendia. But now it is time for Calpheon to be trampled upon.
Adventurer, you came just in time. Please, save Calpheon.
Now, men rush to work. Long now. A nice dead crush.
Here you are at long last, adventurer. Incredible. So many black stones I left behind for you, yet you remain unaffected. A shame. You would have made a perfect pawn. No matter. It seems you are the last obstacle in my way. I shall tear you apart and take Calpheon as my own. Come at me! This place shall be your grave. Witness the wonders that I shall unfold. How pitifully you beg. I am your king. Me. For so long, I've dreamt of nothing but this moment. To become the heir of Serendia, to bring Calpheon to its knees. Even if you, adventurer, stand in my way, today my dream becomes reality. I'm sacrificing myself! Belmorn, I surrender myself to you entirely!
Might this be the end of the Republic?
Adventurer, you held out well.
We stand ready to banish the darkness back to the void.
The origin of ancient light. As a final step, to call forth the light. Adventurer, we need your power. Pader mensam eltahimni gotana. Captus.
Mindotir, Orwin, Og, Bedana. I see. This shall be the end of my need.
Adventurer, now's the time. Finish him off!
Try me.
Jordan!
You shall kneel before me. Cross me, and I'll strike you down. You shall kneel before me. Curses. Mother, Father, my journey may end here.
Joe!
Al. Please tell Jerry I'm so sorry. And adventurer, I wish we could have been friends.
We won. Victory is ours. The Republic has won! All hail the triumphant hero! Adventurer, you're the savior of Calpheon. Oh, such modesty. But, well, yes, I suppose I did play a crucial role. More importantly, how are you feeling? It's been days. You've been sleeping like the dead. That's a relief. We've all been concerned. Lady Isabel kept asking about you. Now, let's make our way outside. The people of Calpheon await their hero.
Citizens, behold, your hero! The very mercenary chosen by me, your chief counselor.
What are you saying? This hero has been working for Calpheon alongside my daughter since they set foot in Serendia.
Do you not recognize the man beside our hero? That's Captain Vox of Trina, the chief security officer of Calpheon City.
You two are quite ambitious. You do well to remember who the chief counselor of Calpheon is. Isabel's trial hasn't even started yet. And the request for reinforcements from the capital security is still pending.
Why bring up such matters at this joyous time? My daughter's innocence will surely be proven.
Calpheon needs a stronger defense. Don't forget that the election is drawing near.
What are they talking about? Why are they arguing?
Who's telling the truth? I'm not sure.
No, I think we should retire for the time being. We can't afford to act recklessly right now. How about paying a visit to Lady Isabel? There's likely less of a fuss going on there.
Everyone! Our hero still needs rest! Please, come back another time! The skies we rise! Is there anything I can assist you with, sir?
We've come to visit Lady Isabel. We've got the Council's approval, so let us through.
Yes, sir! I need one person to fill out the visitor records. Will you be doing it, sir?
Yes, I'll take care of it. Why don't you go ahead? I'll finish up this paperwork and join you shortly.
The skies we rise! Is there anything I can assist you with, sir?
There you are. Seeing you move about, it seems like you're all recovered. My trial is today. They're going ahead with it right after Jordine's defeat. How predictable. As you can see, I'm being kept under house arrest. And my father... I have no idea what he's thinking. Does he really intend to let his only daughter remain imprisoned? I can only speak freely about this with you. My apologies. You're still not in the best of health. How? Then again, other than Povius, you're the only one I can trust in this world. But I've done nothing for you. Why go to such lengths for me? That is very kind of you to say. But this is House Light, the most illustrious family in Calpheon we're talking about. My family's status is forged on a foundation of gold. My father spent his whole life amassing wealth with relentless fervor. He would undertake any venture for the promise of coin. Perhaps that's why my father had a multitude of enemies. But House Light... Can I really stand against them? Or what do you think? Are you certain of that? Very well. Your words have instilled some courage in me. Then, as the branch head of the Shan Merchant Guild, I must live up to the expectations of our newest recruit. Do you remember the blade Jordine was wielding? That's the Ashen Usurper, a symbol of Belmorn. That information came from Professor Alustin himself. But someone had possession of that sword before Jordine. Sir Edmund Dawson, the manager of the extraction mill. Isn't it strange? Why would a man like that have such a sword? Regardless, if we retrace Edmund's tracks, we're bound to find something. He was not the most meticulous of men, after all. After his death, I was the first to his residence, and obtained his ledger for my efforts. I've hidden it away in my father's vault. Thanks to that, we could avoid the judiciary search. Povius, how's my witness doing?
He has regained consciousness. Chief Valentine is very skilled.
Good. You've given me all the courage I need, adventurer, so I won't be backing down now. There is something I need from this trial, and I need your help getting it.
Why are there so many documents to handle? How much more do they intend to torment the lady? Huh? We came all this way here to see her. I should pay my respect. Where are you rushing off to? You won't get another chance to visit her again until the trial. Yet you're leaving so soon? Lighten up, you're as rigid as a board. Why the haste? I know you're not back to full strength yet. Lady Isabel, how are you faring? Good, good. Then see you again next time, I suppose.
To put me out. Did I hear that you've met Isabel? She's the one to become my wife. Does Isabel have any intentions of coming back from Heidel?
I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I cannot approve your loan request. You should leave.
If we fail to cover the promissory note due this time, House Ern will go bankrupt. Why don't you postpone your donation to the Holy College? Please, please help. You're my father-in-law.
What father-in-law? Did you forget what your father did when Isabel was falsely accused?
That... I apologize on behalf of my father, but... It seems you have a guest. I'll come back later.
Pathetic. Just like his father. If only he had taken after his mother a bit. I was wondering who it could be. What brings you here?
Sir, has the inspection team paid you a visit yet? In regards to Lady Isabel's case?
Don't you know how many officers in Calphion grow fat on my coin? Wolfgang, I expected better from you. Don't worry about her case. By rights, Isabel should be locked up in the Calfian dungeons. Yet she is at home, safe and warm. This is the power I wield over this city. I'm untouchable. Once people lose interest, money can smooth matters over. So simply cease snooping around and let things be. Before House Light, the most prestigious family in Calfian, you have no power to oppose them. While you were fighting with Jordine, do you think they sat around picking the lint from their pillows? Evidence has likely been tampered with, and anyone involved either bought off or silenced for good. Even if you're hailed as the hero who defeated Jordine, this is Calfian, a city of nobles. I've already told you. Stirring things up won't do her any good. Leave. All I trust in is coin, and nothing but coin. I'll handle this matter with the power I possess, the power it's afforded me.
House in Karoshia is trying to put me out.
Oh dear, he is too stubborn. What's our next move? She said the ledger is in his safe. But what are you thinking? I see. I suppose I'm not in a position to be picky. Sir, as Jordine has been taken care of, I'd like to discuss the reinforcement of the capital security force.
What is wrong with you? I'm a father whose daughter's on the precipice of imprisonment. Do you hear yourself? Have you forgotten whose coin has kept you trained, kept you properly outfitted? Have you?
Phew. His roar is always so intimidating. By the way, I didn't know you were so light-fingered. Oh, this must be it. It appears to be a very ordinary ledger. What exactly are we searching for? Most of the records are about black crystals. And as we're aware, the mine is under the control of the Light Merchant Guild. Let's see. There's also details on the guards' lodging and meals, armory management, wages. Oh, here it is. Lady Isabel's words were true. The guards' equipment records. It states that a sword obtained from an unidentified individual was stored in the armory. Judging by the recorded size, material, and shape, I'm certain it's the Ashen Usurper. But will this be enough to defend her? Hold on, what's the time? Oh, the trial is about to commence. We must rush to the Callus Plaza.
Take a walk.
They say that in Calfion you'll get fleeced in broad daylight. How can people live in such a busy and hostile environment? Huh? Adventurer! Oh my, you look gaunt. Are you eating properly?
I heard you collapsed after fighting Jordine, but I see you're still alive and kicking. A fortunate turn indeed.
Ah, we came to prove that there is no connection between the Shadow Knights and the Serendian dukedom. And I hear dear Isabel is about to go on trial soon as well. I simply cannot miss out on such a spectacle. Huh? What are you going on about? I heard only Belmont's corpse remained after you defeated him. Chief Freyro told me that Sir Jordine should still be alive, and it was thanks to you, right? I knew you'd look out for him. That's what happened, isn't it? I know you wouldn't refuse my request. My honorable knight of Serendia wouldn't do that.
It appears the trial is about to commence. Let's hurry. You came to watch it as well, didn't you?
Roy, go ahead and prepare our seats.
Yes, I will take care of it, Your Grace.
Order! Order in the court! The trial is about to commence. Citizens, take your seats and remain silent. I am Herman Foresio, the Chief Counselor of the Republic of Calpheon. The court of the First Criminal Department of the Callus Parliament is now in session. Case number 286-192. The Grand Chamberlain of Serendia's collusion with the Shadow Knights. Are both sides in attendance?
Plaintiff Elena Light, Your Honor.
Defendant Isabel and Karosha, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, specify the accusation made against the defendant and provide justification for such allegations.
Jordine Ducasse, former Grand Chamberlain of Serendia, who instilled fear in the hearts of the Calpheon citizens. How was it he dared to point his sword at Calpheon's throat? It was all thanks to the support of his sponsor, Isabel and Karosha. No one suspected it. She was not foolish enough to openly show her support for Serendia. Instead, she supported the Baron of Montvidel. It was a very cunning choice. Yes, a land of perilous ruin, where one can hardly imagine soldiers or farmers residing. Under this guise, Serendia secretly trained elite soldiers, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice.
What an utter farce! You can't just accuse her out of hatred, out of spite!
Shh! Quiet, Jerry. Calm down. They can't find out about the other forces Joe was raising.
Order! Disrupt the proceedings of this court again, and you will be removed immediately. Continue, plaintiff.
As many of you know, the Jean Merchant Guild is a jointly run venture between House Light and House Enkarosha. I discovered some unusual transactions while balancing last month's books, so I took a deeper look and unearthed an unsettling truth. The funds used for the acquisition of the Heidel League of Merchants were actually used to support Montvidel. I immediately informed the Duke of Serendia and had him strip the former Grand Chamberlain of any military authority. Then, Isabel arranged for him to collude with the heretics, the Shadow Knights. He then harnessed that newfound power to trample upon Calpheon. Our city, built upon the sanctity of Elion with the sweat of our ancestors. They've laid waste to the Callus Parliament, our esteemed assembly of Calpheon's noble citizens, and left naught but ruin in their wake. Clearly, it was a plot to eradicate the legacy of our great republic, using Jordine as a pawn. The vile Enkarosha scheme was to seize absolute authority by regressing our enlightened, progressive republic back to its days as a barbaric monarchy. Your Honor, I submit the ledger of the manager of Montvidel, obtained by the Light Merchant Guild, as evidence.
What? What's going on between House Light and House Enkarosha? Haven't they shared control of the Shan Alliance for over a decade?
Indeed. When the dust of this debacle settles, what will become of the Alliance? Will it be dissolved?
That money-worshipping House Enkarosha. Their stuffed coffers will soon be made stuffed coffins.
I can't believe she prepared so thoroughly for this.
I thought Geoffrey's marriage to Isabel would save our house. How can this happen?
Order! This will be admitted as evidence, Exhibit 1. Defendant, respond to the plaintiff's claims.
The stench of conspiracy wafts from that end, Your Honor. My father, Enrique Enkarosha, is a noble and upstanding member of the Callis Parliament. Why would the daughter of an esteemed representative attempt to overthrow their republic for a monarchy? It is preposterous.
Instead of providing concrete evidence like the plaintiff, it seems the defendant is merely playing on our emotions.
Adventurer, the record of the Ashen Usurper. Did you find it? I knew you would, but proceed with caution. Alina Light is a highly influential figure in the Republic.
Hero of Calpheon, you have something to say? Considering the special nature of this case, we did not permit either party an outside attorney. However, out of respect for your contributions, which will forever remain in the shining history of the Republic, I, Herman Foresio, grant you the right to speak under my authority. What do you have to say?
Great hero of Calpheon. Did you find issue with my claim? Or perhaps my argument and evidence were so flawless that you've forgotten your rebuttal? Jordine Ducasse, former Grand Chamberlain of Serendia, who instilled fear in the hearts of the Calpheon citizens. How was it he dared to point his sword at Calpheon's throat? It was all thanks to the support of his sponsor, Isabel Enkarosha. No one suspected it. She was not foolish enough to openly show her support for Serendia. Instead, she supported the Baron of Montvidal. It was a very cunning choice. Yes, a land of perilous ruin, where one can hardly imagine soldiers or farmers residing. Under this guise, Serendia secretly trained elite soldiers, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. As many of you know, the Jean Merchant Guild is a jointly run venture between House Light and House Enkarosha. I discovered some unusual transactions while balancing last month's books, so I took a deeper look and unearthed an unsettling truth. The funds used for the acquisition of the Heidel League of Merchants were actually used to support Montvidal. I immediately informed the Duke of Serendia and had him strip the former Grand Chamberlain of any military authority. Then, Isabel arranged for him to collude with the heretics, the Shadow Knights. He then harnessed that newfound power to trample upon Calpheon. Our city, built upon the sanctity of Elion, with the sweat of our ancestors. They've laid waste to the Callis Parliament, our esteemed assembly of Calpheon's noble citizens, and left naught but ruin in their wake. Clearly, it was a plot to eradicate the legacy of our great republic, using Jordine as a pawn. The vile Enkarosha scheme was to seize absolute authority by regressing our enlightened, progressive republic back to its days as a barbaric monarchy. Your Honor, I submit the ledger of the manager of Montfordel, obtained by the Light Merchant Guild, as evidence. Sir Johann Cliff, the former Minister of Defense of Serendia, is currently engaged in local warfare against the imps in Balanos. The one who put him in such position was none other than Jordine. Without a Minister of War appointed in Serendia, Jordine had free reign over the country's military force, able to command them entirely at his whim. Though a woman she may be, Isabel stands as the lone successor to her lineage. Schooled in the art of warfare, there's no doubt she was aware of all this. Don't tell me she was merely offering them aid, moved by pity for those starving soldiers. House Encarosha and House Light, both affiliated with the Jean Merchant Guild, share its stakes equally. This establishment of the Heidel branch was a venture solely financed and executed by House Encarosha. Your Honor, I submit the ledger of financial transactions related to the establishment of the new branch as evidence. The defendant, fully aware that the black stones from the extraction mill were falling into the hands of the Shadow Knights, chose to turn a blind eye. It's evident that she exploited this situation to forge a link between Jordine and the Shadow Knights. We have the ledger of Sir Edmund Dawson, the extraction mill manager. There's no way little Miss Meticulous Isabel didn't know about this. An unidentified sword? Why would Edmund do something so stupid?
I will admit the evidence from both sides. Let's see. Both records match Sir Edmund's handwriting. What the defense is questioning among these records is the sword without any workshop production records. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. The sword is known as the Ashen Usurper, a symbol of the Shadow Knights. So, according to the ledger, the first one to make initial contact with the Shadow Knights was none other than Sir Edmund Dawson, not House Encarosha.
What? What does she mean? Sir Edmund was the first to contact those heretics? What's going on?
Wait. The Black Crystals in Serendia are controlled by the Light Merchant Guild. Could they have been orchestrating things behind the scenes?
Order! The plaintiff must substantiate the defendant's assertion.
It's just some old sword without any origins. Where is the evidence that it's the Ashen Usurper? House Light oversees the extraction mill, but the operation of produced goods is managed by the Jean Merchant Guild. At that time, Isabel Encarosha was in charge of Serendia. So who would Sir Edmund be reporting to at the time? Her. It would have been Isabel Encarosha. Your Honor, please examine the essence of the situation first.
That is correct. The castle entry records accurately reflect this. I can attest to it as head butler, if Lady Durette allows.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course, naturally. When was that? Was it the night I had too much to drink and passed out?
What did you say? Your Honor, the defendant is now using her position to spread false information.
Enough! Councillor Light, that sword, it is indeed the Ashen Usurper.
Your Honor, I would like to call as my witness the manager of the Serendian extraction mill, Sir Edmund Dawson.
Sir Edmund Dawson? He's alive? Oh dear, he looks terrible.
What's he doing showing up here all of a sudden? Did he have a change of heart?
Look at Alina Light's face. Red as Calphion's colors. She's so flustered. Goodness me, this is something to savor.
Order in the court! You may call the witness. Sir Edmund Dawson, is what you have said true?
Yes, Your Honor. The Ashen Usurper, Sword of the Shadow Knights, was delivered by me to the Grand Chamberlain.
You handed over such an item to the enemy of the Republic. You will be held accountable for your actions in due course. For what reason did you deliver such a thing to him? Tell us the reason, so that the people may understand.
At that time, I was under severe pressure regarding the quota assigned to me by Councillor Alina Light. In the midst of this, a woman came to see me. She seemed to know all about my troubles. She introduced herself as Elezra, and she promptly put forth a proposition. She said that if I gave the sword, the Ashen Usurper, to Jordine, she would give me the black stones that I needed to meet the quota. Looking back now, it was a ridiculous deal. But at that time, I was in a tight spot, and thus not in my right mind. Yes. So I hastily went to visit Jordine during the night, and presented the sword to him as a gift. The Grand Chamberlain later used that gift to make an attempt on my life. As he plunged the blade into me, he whispered, "As the Dark Ones demanded."
The suspicion of collusion between Jordine and Isabel has been cleared. Bailiff, detain Sir Edmund Dawson. The remainder of the trial will now resume. Back to the initial claim. Why did the defendant sponsor...
Why did the defendant sponsor the Baron of Montvidel? Exactly why? You intended to overthrow Calphion.
For Calphion, to prevent his sword and his army from being pointed at Calphion. While the Baron maintained military tension within Serendia, Jordine could not advance into Calphion, not with an enemy behind him.
Do you expect the people of Calphion to believe such innocent intentions? We are talking about House Encarosha. Are we to believe that a house, notorious throughout Calphion for their greed, made a donation in the name of justice?
Never fear, Rookie. I've kept a small trick up my sleeve for just such an occasion. Here's the property deed for the Golden Toad Inn, and the investment contract for the Montvidel land. Go ahead, present these as evidence. It's time to turn the tides of the trial.
This is the property deed for the Golden Toad Inn. It was being operated by the Heidel League of Merchants. Having obtained this, all the businesses of the Heidel League of Merchants fell under the ownership of the Jean Merchant Guild. And the same goes for the funds allocated to Montvidel. They weren't just for military support. Donations for justice? I don't think so. It was a careful investment by the Heidel branch of the Jean Merchant Guild. An investment befitting House Encarosha. prioritizing profit above all else. Isn't that right, Baron of Monvidel?
Of course. 30% of the Monvidel land's shares were transferred to the Heidel branch of the Jean Merchant Guild.
Considering this, the ledger submitted by House Light was counterfeit evidence concocted to support her narrative. Great citizens of Calpheon, I, Isabel, see money as a mere tool, not the final goal. Little by little, I aim to wield these tools to further the prosperity of Calpheon.
You already had a card up your sleeve. I have nothing left to teach you, Isabel. You truly have what it takes to become the head of House Encarosha. I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Father. Counselor Elena Light, you cannot defeat me. Do you see that now?
Isabel! You knew it all along! How dare you! How dare you mock me! Huh. So much for her confidence.
It seems even the prestigious House Light is not immune to misfortune.
Order in the court! If there are no further claims or additional evidence, I shall hear their closing arguments and deliver judgment. Isabel Incarosha, have you prepared your final argument?
Respected Chief Counselor, Council members, and esteemed citizens of our great Calpheon. A family obsessed with expanding their enterprise and caring only for coin. An arrogant family of peddlers audaciously aiming to engulf the prestigious House Urn and masquerade as nobility. We of House Encarosha are well aware of such public sentiments. We won't deny it. After all, it's the truth. However, as members of the sacred Callus Parliament, our house has never committed a shameful act against the Republic. I implore you, do not misconstrue my efforts, my tireless endeavors to crush Jordine's ambition. Do not misinterpret my desire to protect the Republic of Calpheon and its citizens. With tears and hope, I ask you to show that justice still lives on in the Republic. That is all.
All the evidence presented by the hero of Calpheon unequivocally reveals the truth. of this case. For the hearing of case number 286-192, suspected collusion with Jordine Ducasse, I find the defendant not guilty.
This is all thanks to you, adventurer.
With this, the hearing for case number 286-192 is closed. The Calpheon Judicial Committee is dismissed. Hero of Calpheon, you've done it again. May I count on your support in the upcoming election?
Nothing like a breath of fresh air after being cooped up for so long. And seeing Alina's scowling face, that was the cherry on top. What did I do? You're the real hero here. You know, I've even started to believe in fate. Remember when I hounded Bobby Lauren for his debt? Would our paths have crossed if I hadn't? I think they would have. We were bound to meet and make a difference together, one way or another. Rest up for today, Rookie. Povius will take special care of you.
Adventurer, on behalf of House Encarosha, I want to express my gratitude to you once again. Indeed, you always stay true to yourself. I suppose you're about to set off on another adventure? Speaking of which, there's a matter I've been investigating personally. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Do you recall when Lady Isabel collapsed at the wheat plantation? Her condition at the time was indeed due to black stone poisoning. There was no doubt about it. Professor Gorgath suggested it might be due to prolonged exposure to black stones. But from what I recall, she came into direct contact with the black stone only once. Back in the day, it took miners a good while to get poisoned from the Black Stones. For her to get poisoned in such a short time, could it be that she had been secretly engrossed in alchemy? Or she had no choice but to directly absorb the Black Stone into her body, meaning she might have ingested it? But when could this have happened? Any ideas? I have one particular moment in mind. You've reached the same conclusion, then. That's the only time that seems plausible. House Light has a long history with the Black Stones, after all. Hard to picture that sweet old lady who lends her aid to the less fortunate turning to poison, eh? My friend, it seems you still have much to learn about the world. Everyone goes through this life wearing a mask. You only get a glimpse of their true faces when you gaze into the very depths of their being. Leave this matter to me. Now you should take a well-deserved rest.
I saw it. Really?
It's truly an honor to meet you.
We've been awaiting your return.
My Isabel knew a hero when she saw one. Ah, here's our hero now. You've arrived. Welcome, welcome. This is all for you. Citizens of Calpheon, a great hero has graced us with their presence.
Stay in Calpheon for many years to come.
Now that our hero has joined us, let us all raise a toast to the future of Calpheon. Isabel, come.
Yes, Father.
It is your turn to greet the citizens.
Ah! Adventurer, there you are. You look well rested. I suppose I can make the toast on your behalf, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's toast to the bright future of our Republic of Calpheon, and to the adventures that lie ahead for our great hero. To the future! To the future!
Adventurer, the hero of Calphion, and our hero's advisor, Wolfgang Volks. He lost sight of what's important in his pursuit of power. All that's left is to mourn the soldiers who fell in battle. It's heartbreaking, really. But the Captain Vidal I remember, if he's the same man who shared life and death with me on the battlefield, surely he'll realize his mistakes someday. Adventurer, the hero of Calphion, and our hero's advisor. As for Asland, it was a true tragedy. We've gathered his remains and buried him in a sunny spot. He was a bright young man who faced rigorous training with a smile. If you find yourself missing him, perhaps you could pay a visit to his grave. Adventurer, the hero... There's a piece of news that might pique your interest. To the south of Calphion lies the forest of the goddess, Camasylvia. It's a realm of women, where the daughters of the goddess Sylvia reside. It's been isolated for a while, so there's been no interaction with the Republic. But recently, there have been unsettling reports coming from the border. It seems like something significant is on the horizon. Adventurer, Listen closely, and don't be surprised. I've been appointed as Lady Isabel's aide. This humble man, Wolfgang Volks, is steadily climbing the ladder of success. Of course, I'm still fulfilling my duties as the Chief Security Officer of the Trina Knights. A second body would come in handy right now. I was commanded by the Councillor to maintain my profession while accumulating political experience. It's not a simple request. Adventurer, the hero of Calphion. After our tales of valor filled the streets of Calphion, people have been seeking my counsel. Maybe you should be calling me Advisor Volks from now on. What? You think I'm making too much of a fuss? Nonsense. Look here. The blacksmiths of Calphion are practically lining up for my advice. Adventurer, the hero of...
How was the banquet? I made sure everything was perfect for the new head of the Jean Merchant Guild's Calphion branch. Yes, it's a special promotion. You're the hero of Calphion, after all. The rookie status doesn't quite do you justice any longer, does it? Oh, don't worry about my father or me. We've arranged for you to run the Calphion branch independently. Pervious will be there to support you. He might not say it, but he respects you a lot. Don't worry. How was the banquet? I made sure everything was perfect for the new head. I only agreed to the engagement because of my father's insistence. I never planned to actually marry the man. Besides, thanks to you, our family standing isn't as precarious as it once was. We no longer need the facade of House Ern, but I suppose I'll have to marry someone eventually, right? The hero of Calphion would be quite the political asset. I'm teasing you. Don't take it too seriously. What? No, really? Have you never heard a joke before? How was the banquet? I made sure everything was... Well, for starters, I'll do my best to ensure my father wins the upcoming election. And I'll be running for a seat on the Callis Parliament as well. That trial really helped me gain a lot of support from the citizens. It could be the first time in the Republic's history that 2 council members hail from the same house. All thanks to you. How was the banquet? I made sure everything was perfect for... Obviously, the Jean Alliance has now been dissolved. 10 years. That's a long time for a partnership. We agreed to overlook their transgressions in exchange for the acquisition of all their shares. Thanks to you, the Kepler trade rights you secured for Alina now fall to us. How was the banquet? I made...
I'm the owner of
the hero of Calphion. Welcome, welcome. My apologies for how rudely I treated you on your last visit to my office. I, Enrique, started my merchant life at 17. Out of the hundreds of others who got the same start, I'm the only one living like this now. How did I get here? By outsmarting the talented ones, sending off the less competent, and the traitorous ones, like Dominic Earn, I get rid of. Povius, light me a cigar. Oh, the hero of Calphion. Well, I, Enrique, started. I'm the only one living like. And the. Oh, the hero of Calphion. For what? Isabel? Or the guild takeover? It's all thanks to you for standing by my daughter's side. I don't know what tricks those light women used back then, but my bribes went untouched. It was quite vexing. But you turned the tables so eloquently. It's like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Oh, the hero of
Congratulations on becoming the new Calphion branch head. It's truly an honor to serve the hero of Calphion. Of course, I'm a simple man, so I can't say I'm entirely pleased that the recruit I selected has now become my superior, but our guild prioritizes merit above all else. If it's the hero of Calphion, I'm more than willing to serve. Congratulations on becoming the new Calphion branch head. Oh, let me show you. It's the office that Councillor Elena Light used to occupy, but now it's ours. Should you win the hearts of our guild members, you will be able to purchase quality goods at favorable prices. Congratulations on becoming...
The hero of Calphion. It would have been better if you'd met me first. You come here knowing everything, yet you ask that. Why? Do you despise her for being a wolf in sheep's clothing? It's laughable, really. You side with Isabel, but do you know how her father made his fortune? It's blood money, earned by trampling upon countless lives. She's a privileged lady raised on that money. Do you understand? In contrast, my sister is saving countless lives to this very day. She's like a living embodiment of Elion. The hero of Calphion. Cowardly. What a petty taunt. Just a cheap shot loser's toss at winners. Had Jordine won the war, people would have criticized him for cowardly using the power of heretics. The term cowardly is often used to assuage their bruised egos. I understand your point, but your argument is flawed. Got it? The hero of
Rinse your mouth before savoring. If you don't, you won't be able to taste it properly. The only people who have complaints about the Parliament are the lazy ones.
Adventurer, how are you feeling? The origin of ancient light must have taken a toll on you. Oh, I was born from the mixed union of a Luthragon and a human woman. I wandered the world until my master took me in. Luthragon refers to the sons of the goddess Sylvia. Her daughters are called Ganel and Vidir. They reside in Karma Sylvia and Dodilita. Born from the same womb, yet they utterly despise each other. Adventurer, how are you feeling? The origin of ancient light must have taken a toll on you. Me? Well, I'm fine. I don't have a black spirit, you see. More importantly, I'm relieved to see that you're all right. But your black spirit, even after being exposed to the origin of ancient light, seems to have drawn even greater power. It appears to be different from the black spirits that we, the Secret Guards, have previously witnessed. Adventurer, how are you feeling? The origin of...
Someone make them disappear from my sight.
Your eyes seem full of questions. Ask away. I shall do my best to provide answers. Who am I? Merely an old man, wondering about how this world came to be and how it will eventually fade. I seek out secrets hidden from the world, and help hide those that should never see the light of day. That's the essence of the Secret Guards, and, by extension, the Society of Equilibrium, a devoted order that protects secrets and maintains balance. Your eyes seem full of questions. Ask away. I shall do my best. Ah, you've been hunting ancient relics with the Black Spirit. You're referring to the one that hangs from the ceiling, aren't you? Its roots reach deep into an abyss far beyond our understanding. What lies within that abyss remains a mystery to all. Perhaps you, in time, may stand at the edge of that abyss. But remember, never assume the abyss you see is all that there is. Your eyes seem full of questions. Ask away. I shall do my... You find the sun's rising in the west peculiar? There's a mystical quality about you, truly. It's commendable for a scholar to question all phenomena. But you're not a scholar, are you? In this world, such is the natural order. Unless, of course, the sky and the earth were to flip. Your eyes seem full of questions. Ask away. I shall do my best to provide answers. Ah, your sudden departure certainly caused a good bit of trouble for Eden, Owen, and Yaz. Eden was injured in his quest for the origin of Earth, and Owen even encountered Belmorn. Yet it's through these trials we came together, overcoming crises as one. Your eyes seem full of questions. Ask. You remain untainted by the Black Spirit and pose such a question. You certainly have an extraordinary will and spirit. All we know is that it's a primordial being, residing in this land since time immemorial. Observing you may shed light on unknown facets of its existence. We look forward to more discoveries, with your help. Your eyes seem full of questions.
Someone make them disappear from my sight.
Wow, so much yummy food! Do the people of Caltheon eat like this every day? Me? Are you questioning the identity of such a cute and adorable genius? I'm Yaz. Is there any more to know? Wait, where did Luffy and Martha get off to? Those guys, really, always running off without me. Wow, so much yummy food! We stopped Belmorn together, didn't we? So that makes us friends, obviously. Can't get much friendlier than that. When times are tough, when there's trouble, or when I'm feeling lonely, can I call you? Really? I can? Thank you! Wow, so much yummy...
Thanks to you, I get to enjoy such a feast. How have things been lately? I mean, with that entity in your head. Of course it is. Didn't I warn you from the start? That it would try to dominate you. It's nothing short of a miracle that you've held out so far. You do well to keep your wits about you going forward. Thanks to you, I get to enjoy such... I'm off to Medea. An ancient ruin has been discovered there. The Shen Merchant Guild has contracted me to form an expedition group. If you continue to pursue Elezra, we'll likely meet again. Medea is her homeland, after all. Thanks to you, I get to enjoy...
Adventurer, your fame is truly remarkable. Everyone gathered here is singing your praises. Isn't it only natural for the Grand Chamberlain to manage the schedule of the future Duchess and escort her? Jarette has never really worked a day in her life. I have to teach her everything from scratch, so I have no choice but to stick around. Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Adventurer, your fame is truly... What are you saying? You'll cause a scandal. I have a family now, you know? Now it's not the time for Jarette to be the subject of such gossip. Do not speak of such things again. I swore to protect House Rundy a long time ago. Do you understand? Answer me! Adventurer, your fate...
Adventurer, you've finally done it all. But where might Sir Jordine be? Really? Does it show? Actually, I received a letter from him. He secluded himself somewhere in the mountains. He wouldn't tell me where, exactly. It's frustrating. I could drop everything and run straight to him. No, the people of Serendia come first. Once the country is stabilized, maybe then... Adventurer, you've finally done it all. What? Don't even start. Don't even remember the last time I took a rest. I've been up to my neck in work without end. I'm experiencing firsthand just how difficult Sir Jordine's life was, and how diligently he lived it. When I return, there'll be a mountain of paperwork waiting for me. Honestly, I don't desire to return. Adventurer, you fight...
I can't live like this anymore.
What do you think they are? Property is also what was given by Lord Eliard.
Sophia, I'll give 1,000. Honey.
If you see value, do not hesitate. You seem to have a lot of interest in it.
Blackstone! It feels like bugs are crawling all over me. Pin it on him. In the end, all the decisions were made by the Grand Chamberlain. He couldn't resist the words from the sword, and went to the Shadow Knights on his own, didn't he? All I did was ask him to take good care of the extraction mill, and gave him a fine sword. That's all. Blackstone. I was just trying to cover the shortfall in production. House Light has no mercy. Just sought the Blackstone to survive, but never thought it would poison me. Why are you fine even after touching it? More importantly, do you have any Blackstones on you? Just a tiny one. Blackstone poisoning causes loss of consciousness, but
In return, your body becomes stronger. That's something you know better than I, eh? But right now, I'd rather die.
this to honor my promise to share what I know about the White Witch in exchange for your help. Word has it that villagers have been vanishing without a trace from the area around Glish for some time now. At first, we believed it to be the work of some nefarious slavers, but that lead turned out to be a dead end. Right now, our best guess is that some fanatical cult is behind the disappearances, kidnapping people to increase their numbers.